Hello, hello, whoever's out there. Whoever's out there, excuse me. Just cleaning up some pencil dust here. Make all the noise you want. Hey, Green Blazer, how you doing? You are just everywhere today. I've been in a lot of streams this morning. Well, yes, you are first. I should have a point system like Emily Illustrator. And the first person into the stream should get like 500 points or something. Anyway, I've been on several streams starting this morning, and I think you've been on almost all of them. That's pretty cool. And I like your little dragon, by the way, your little picture icon thing on your name. That's kind of neat. But I have a thing for dragons too. I want to do a color along called Color a Dragon or something. One of these months. Pencils betting, yeah. It's so fun. Oh my gosh. If I could figure out how to do all that, I just figured out how to zoom my camera this morning through OBS, and I don't know if it'll work while I'm going through YouTube, so I'm just gonna leave it for now and do a test stream later on, because I didn't really have time to get to experiment with it all by the time I found it. So yeah, pretty crazy. It can be a little confusing. You stole it from Google? Uh-oh. I did not hear that. I didn't read that. I didn't see it. Nope. So I don't know who the other person is, but we are going to wait for just a few minutes. Oh, you know what? I need to close this other window. And that way it should have to work. I kind of like to take it easy on the poor thing. I'm not sure what it's capable of. So yeah, you know, don't want to mess it up or anything. Sorry about that glare. Let me see what I can do. And I'm going to have to move this when I put my paper down, but I don't want to put it down yet because there's no color on it yet. So, hey, Pickle. It's you. Happy to see both of you. Thank you for being here. Yay. So, how are both of you? You know what, Pickle? I haven't been getting notifications either. And it's really weird because I get notifications when there's like an impromptu, but I don't get notifications when somebody sets up a reminder. So I'm kind of a little bit, I don't know, I'm getting a little impatient with that deal because I really would like to be able to get on streams like, you know, right when they start, because that's when people do announcements and stuff. And the only time I do is when I know that there's going to be a stream starting. And sometimes the streams that are scheduled to start just don't start when they're supposed to on the schedule because, you know, life happens. And that's what's, I don't know, YouTube's just twitchy. Ha ha. Oh, no. Yeah, Gremlins for sure. Yeah, I've been getting notifications like half an hour or 45 minutes after they start, which is really a pain. Oh, Green got a notification. I used to get notifications when I first started, you know, subscribing to all the different channels. I would get notifications, but I don't get them so much anymore. Kind of a bummer. Uh-oh. Let's see. Did I put that away? I did. Darn it. I didn't want to do that. I grabbed something. Sorry about bumping the camera. I'm going to grab something from up here. There we go. Cover up the glare. So, what's everybody coloring? I decided to do another Enys Guerrero picture. I'm trying out my colored pencil paper, so I thought I'd use I have a partial, very small selection of luminance pencils that I use for skin tones. So I'm going to use that on the skin because this one's got a lot of skin on it. And Rhapsody in the Forest. Oh, you lucky girl. Oh my gosh. I love that book. Oh my gosh. Yep. I do. And you're gonna, I hope you'll post it on IG, right? So we can look at it and see it and have some eye candy. So what I consider eye candy is beautiful pictures. I did finish my I'm up to date with my Inktober. The one that I posted this morning was Enchanted. I don't know if you've seen it. You probably have. You're on Instagram, so. Makes you think of Queen. I love Queen. I have I think I have all of their albums on vinyl. I was a Queen fanatic. Oh my gosh. Now I don't have a record player, so I can't play the vinyl. And I really, really would like to have all the CDs, but oh my God, you're talking a little bit of money, even if you buy them used, you know. So anyway, here's my Enchanted, just a quick ink thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, Enchanted, day 7. It was for yesterday. Oh yeah, Pickle, I totally get that. The whole being too chicken to color and stuff. Like I have Serene, and I absolutely adore that book, but I haven't put anything in it yet because I'm just like, oh, those pictures are so gorgeous. I don't know if I can do them justice, and you can't copy them because they're too big. I suppose you could take it somewhere and copy it on a big copy machine, like at an office store or copy place. But yeah, you know, they're big pages. Oh yeah, on vinyl. Yeah. Oh, you don't have to follow that list. There are a lot of lists out there. If you Google Inktober lists, Inktober prompts, you can probably come up with one. Who was it? Rebecca Art Spirits. She was showing lists. She's doing a Bloomtober one where she's doing different flowers, and so far they're all like death cap mushroom and hemlock and things that are like spooky or poisonous or something like that. And then she also showed a list of Witchtober, which is, I guess, different witches, but different types of witches. And I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, what a great idea. It is October after all, right? You could probably do like Ghosttober, where you do different types of ghosts. And I don't know if you could figure out 31 different types of ghosts, but who knows? 31 different types of ghost interaction type of stuff, like seances and table tapping and stuff like that would be cool too. Carola, hi. It's good to see you. There you go, green. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Just start small and go from there. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hey, Lori. It's good to see you. Oh, you know what? I have, I have this, Lori. I have this to color. I adore this picture. Is awesome. I love, my husband was like, I want one of those. I want one right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to get started. First, I have a couple of announcements. I did create an event for this Sunday's tutorial for the leatherworking stuff. Simple leatherworking. We're going to make a keychain and a pair of leaf earrings. All of the supplies you will need are there. The supplies that you need, you can find at craft shops, as long as they have like a bag of scrap leather. I am pretty sure that most of you, no matter where you are in the world, will have access to some kind of a scrap leather or craft shop that sells such things, as well as maybe you'll have an X-Acto that you can cut the leather with, and etc. But all the supplies you'll need are listed in the event, and we're going to do both of them. My husband is going to do a keychain, and I'm going to demo how to make leather leaf earrings. So, because we figured that holiday season is coming up, so it'd be cool if you all could make gifts. I mean, I personally, I really like receiving gifts that have been handmade. So, yeah, excellent, and usually way better than stuff you can buy at the store. So, oh yeah, green. I know the frail one. I've already got that one done too. I just didn't want to show it yet. I'm gonna post it to Instagram later. So, yes. Okay, next, I finished the picture that I was working on the last time. Uh-oh, I've got something on my sleeve, and I don't know what it is. It looks like mud. This is called Season of the Witch. It's the Enys Guerrero one that we were looking at before. So I don't know why it's not fitting in frame. Probably because I got my camera too low, but I wanted to make sure that you guys could see. So anyway, and there we have it. And these little guys down here in the corner. I love all these little details down here. Got the little candle right there painted. Let me get a pencil and point. It's better. That little candle, the one that I missed when I first looked at the picture. And then there's a cluster of crystals here. Yeah, man, she's got all kinds of little detail things. And my husband looked at this picture like 5 times and didn't realize that was a raven skull. So, but I didn't either the first couple times I looked at it. So it's kind of, we're even. I used some Black Widows and some Prismacolors to do this picture. Black Widow pencils and Prismacolors. Prismacolors, soft. Black Widows, hard colored pencils. So, oh, and I also used for the background, I used Neocolor 2. And, it's funny. I was looking at this picture and I'm like, well, what color am I going to make this back here? Because, it's kind of a big space, not too big, but I'm thinking to myself, well, that's a no-brainer. A couple days later, I was like, it's fall. The grass isn't really going to be green. So I did kind of dying grass there, just kind of scribbled in some stuff and then went over it with a water brush. Neocolor 2s are awesome. Okay, so next thing I wanted to show you is something that I downloaded from Color with Claire. If you guys aren't following her, you should be on YouTube, because she has a lot of really good flip-throughs and reviews, and also tutorials that aren't really, really long. Some of them are, but most of them are pretty short. Anyway, I found this today. I got the notification that there was a new upload from her, so I went ahead and I looked at it, and I thought this was really cool. Prismacolor and Black Widow conversion chart, and it's blank, so you can put in your own colors, so you know exactly what they look like, exactly on paper anyway. So, and it's free, a free download conversion chart, print up, and go to town. So yeah, 2 pages. Very, very happy with that. So yeah, Color with Claire on YouTube, and that's Color with a U, and Claire is C-L-A-R-E. Yeah, Claire is awesome. Love her. Oh, thank you, Pickle. I had fun drawing I love coloring the clothes. Yeah, Lori, both sets are really cool. I like the Black Widow color names. They're really cool. Like oh my gosh, Stink Bug and Venom and all that. Those color names in the Black Widow sets were really fun. Oh, you're getting Neo's. Oh, Lori, are you getting the whole set, the whole 84 set? My goodness. Yeah, I don't remember who the first person was. It just all happened so fast. But I was also that was right after my first surgery, my first really big surgery, the Whipple procedure that I had to basically was gastric bypass, even though that's not what they were calling it, because that's not what it was for. But I was so drugged up and so just, talk about the feeling of being in hell. That's what it felt like for me. So anything that I may have watched or joined as far as YouTube goes around that time, I probably am not going to remember accurately. I was taking pain pills and stuff because the surgery was huge. And apparently I was under for more than 5 hours. And apparently no one told me this, but people have died before on the operating table from this surgery. So, and I didn't find that out until months after the surgery, but oh my God, talk about getting smacked in the face with some information. Oh, sheesh. Anyway, okay, so here's the picture I want to do today. I want to start coloring this. It's called Astral Sabbat. And I thought it was really cool. It's for a contest. And I put this one on this paper. It is 163G, 100 pound, 9 by 12. So I had to trim it. But Strathmore makes really good colored pencil paper. It's one side is smoother than the other, so it's got a more of a tooth on one side. It's really cool. So I'm going to try this out. I've never colored on it before. I've always colored on cardstock, but I'm running out. And I don't really like the way the cardstock acts with the colored pencils, because depending on which colored pencils you get, you may only get like 3 or 4 layers. And I wanted to be able to do multiple layers so I can really see what my colored pencils can do. So yeah. So, and this little sticky note here, this is here because I haven't colored anything. Once I start coloring, I'll take that off. But I can't show this with it not colored. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the darkest color. And it looks to me like, I know there's a moon behind her, kind of a stylized crescent thing going on. But it looks to me like the shadows on this side are darker, so I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to say my light source is coming from over here. So let me get my little sticky. Oops. Light source from there. I could use this, but I don't want to take it off yet. And, well, this is smaller and neater. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I forgot she had a blog. See? Yeah. Holy moly. Okay, so what I've got here is the Luminance, Cran Dash Luminance, and this one is Burnt Sienna. So that's what they look like. You can buy these open stock, and I only have a few because they're very expensive. And I'm just picking them up a couple at a time because that's all I can do. Eventually, hopefully, I'll have the whole set, but oh my gosh, not yet. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to start with the deep dark shadows. And I've also got to color in dark shadows later on. I've got this one. It's violet brown, which I thought was really an interesting color. Number 129. I thought that was a really interesting color. It's a very muted purple, which will go really well with the brownish tones in the rest of the palette for her skin. And if you notice, she's got a lot of skin showing. So I wanted to treat it really well. I wanted to be able to, oh, I'm going to move this. I need a hard surface under there. It bugs me. I wanted to be able to what was I going to say? Shoot. I got to turn my volume down. Hold on. There we go. Oops. You know what? I'm live on YouTube right now. I got a notification from my Gmail. It says, "You are live." And I'm just like, brother, really? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this burnt sienna. And I'm going really, really light. And so far, this paper seems really nice. It's funny how you can immediately tell, you know? So now that there's more people in the room, what's everybody coloring? Oh, the paper. I'll show you. It is Strathmore colored pencil paper. There you go. Maybe you can get a screenshot of it. I know, it's crazy, huh, Pickle? Yep, you're welcome, Lori. Okay. So, continue. And I can't wait to see how this one comes out. Just going to go in here. And she's apparently crying, so I'm going to try to not color over the tear streaks. And one of the things that I've done before in order to not color over stuff like that is I put my finger in there. So either my finger or my fingernail is right where I want to stop. And then that keeps me from running over the area with my pencil. I don't have to be so careful. And I can just continue. You can also use a straight edge like a ruler or something like that. But because my fingernail is so small and my finger tip is so small, I can just go on a curve of something, and it does. I don't have to worry about it so much. So yeah, finger I think is better than ruler in this case. And I love this grayscale. I know it's like really dark in places, and I get that, but I can always add color to that. And if I really wanted to, I could, before I print it out, I could lighten it up. I could like scan it into my computer and lighten it up so the grayscale isn't quite as dark. Definitely want to give her some shadow in here. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay, Lori, me too. Definitely. Countess Von Bitten. I'm definitely going to follow that tutorial. That was awesome. And I think I'm going to post it on my Crafty Cauldron page too, because I am pretty sure that right now in this season, people would not mind seeing a video about how to make somebody look glamorous yet dead. So I think that would be fun. And Pickle, that is really ambitious, trying to make each leaf look different. Yeah, that's hard. Oh, Pickle. Well, you can use other things. You can use, I don't know, popsicle sticks. What else? You can use, like I have this extra ring laying over here. That could be, you could put that right there and just use that. You can use whatever you want to use. I mean, you don't have to use your finger. It's just that it's attached to my body, so I always have it with me. So I tend to use it when I'm doing something like this. Yes. Masking fluid, yeah, that would work well too. Although I don't know how colored pencil paper would take masking fluid. I would have to experiment with it first before I jumped in with both feet on that one. I imagine it would be okay, but watercolor paper, which you typically use with masking fluid, is a little tougher than colored pencil paper, so it might be a little different. The paper might not stand up to when you take the masking fluid off. So there's that. There's an artist out there, you guys probably know, Stephanie Law. She doesn't use masking fluid. She just doesn't color those spots. So if you look at her work and you see like where she's done a dragonfly with all the veins in the wings, she doesn't use masking fluid on that. She paints inside those like boxes on a dragonfly's wings. She uses a tiny, tiny little brush, dry brushes it in watercolor, and does it that way. And yes, she's got tutorials on YouTube about how to do it. And the first time I saw that, I was like, oh my God, she has the steadiest hands. Wow. And lots of great tutorials. She does these really neat jellyfish tutorials, which I followed. Hold on a sec, I'll go get one of them. My pencil's rolling away. There's one. So here's a tutorial that I followed from Stephanie Law. I'm going to turn that light off to see if that helps. That helps a little. But all of the stuff that's white is not painted. I didn't use masking fluid. I followed her tutorial that doesn't use masking fluid. So I was just like, well, this is interesting. Yeah, really neat. Really, really neat stuff. I definitely recommend going and trying out her, her tutorials, because they're not really super long, most of them, and they're very well thought out and explained. It's really fun stuff. If you like watercolor, that is. You probably use it with acrylics. Gonna go, that's part of the snake. This is part of her skin. I'm gonna get in here too, because that's kind of in shadow. This is just in more shadow over here. Really lightly. Around that tear mark. Oh. And then, let's see, we were doing this right here, weren't we? Yeah. Layer, 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 just like with oil paint. I used to oil paint all the time. Can't do it anymore because of the chemicals, but same thing, lots and lots of layers. And the more layers you add, the better it looks because of the depth. And it's funny, you wouldn't think, but it works that way. It really does. So we're going to do like the shadow's going to come out a bit from her nose. And then there's going to be a shadow here. And there's a little ball on the end of her nose, like a ball. Most noses have that little shape out there. Some of them are circular, some of them are oval, some are more square. But there's always some kind of a feature on the end of your nose. Mine is kind of square-ish, oval, kind of. And then we've got this down here, and there's not a lot of detail there. So I can put this little bow. I think that's what it's called. I can place that myself, which is awesome. And we want to stick in some kind of a shadow for her cheekbone, not really definite yet, but we want something to just mark the area. And I was telling somebody last night, when you're doing a cheekbone shadow, generally it's going to come down from the side of the face and point directly at the corner of the mouth. That's where the shadow is, below the cheekbone. That part, that shadow below the cheekbone, is going to come from the side and point basically at the corner of the mouth, like that. And then the rest of the face is going to be a little recessed. So this is probably going to have a little bit more shadow right there. So let's do more around here. Is this? Yeah, that's the right color. Second there, I thought I had the wrong color. Ah, that would have sucked. Like a vampire. Oh, Lori, what was it that you were struggling with? Oh, the cheekbone? Oh my God, I had the best teacher when I was in college up in show. He had us roll out big long sheets of white paper, craft paper, and we made life-size body maps because of the way it's set up. Like a body is roughly 7 heads tall. And I can't even remember all of this stuff now. I've still got the papers rolled up and stashed, but I need to get those out. That would be kind of fun to go over again with people and use in a tutorial. But yeah, like here in the face, there's certain parameters that you go by for eyes, and it's general. It's a general thing. It's not like a hard and fast rule because, you know, faces are different. Some faces are a little off balance. Personally, my jaw is crooked, so my teeth don't fit together straight. So because my teeth don't fit together straight, my face looks a little crooked. My jaw doesn't sit right. And I didn't realize that until I went to the dentist. It was the last dentist I went to, and they were discussing with me all of the things that they needed to do to my teeth because I hadn't been to the dentist in a couple of years. So yeah, I know, bad on me. But so I was, I think I'm going to take this off now because I really need to see. So this is going to be shadowed in here. But yeah, you know, I was shocked because they were like, your lower jaw is crooked and we can, you know, maybe do something about that. And I was just like, oh, what? Hold on, you know? Anyway, but yeah, so faces aren't, they follow general rules, but they don't follow strict rules. Like most of the time, the two halves of their faces don't line up totally. Hey, Starbuck, good to see you. Another good pointer is a lot of the time, and in general, when a person is looking directly toward you, if you draw a line from the middle of their eyes straight down, that's where the corner of their mouth is going to be. So straight down here and straight down here, and you can see that this is pretty much like that. And I marked on my paper. Bad. So there's another pointer for you. Just the center of the eye, straight down, and then that's for the corner of the mouth, right around in that vicinity. It can be a little smaller, it can be a little bigger, but in general, that's where it's going to land. Still using the burnt sienna in the Caran d'Ache Luminance. So how is Starbuck? We are just coloring today. Oh, and I wanted to show you, since you came in late, I wanted to let you see this thing here. I got this. I don't know if you follow Color with Claire. Color with a U. Claire is Claire on YouTube. She had a video this morning and is giving these away. You can download these for free. And it's a Black Widow to Prismacolor conversion chart, and it's blank so you can fill it in yourself, which is totally cool. So yeah, it's 2 pages. I went ahead and got one because I was just like, oh, it's a great idea, because I have Prismacolors and I have Black Widows. So yeah, it's totally cool of her to do that. It's awesome. Another person that does that is Emily Illustrator. She does a lot of, she's got a lot, if you join her Facebook group, she's got a lot of blank charts like that. In fact, I've got a couple right here. These are filled in already. This one is a color palette. It's Prismacolors. And then this one is from the ErgoSoft color palette, color swatches from the 36 count set. And then she's got the 24 count set outlined in black. So she's got actually a combo. And these are free too. You just got to join the Facebook group at Emily. It's Emily's Coloring Friends or something like that. But if you look up Emily Illustrator, I'm pretty sure that you'll find a link. So there's other resources too that you can use. And I don't intend to make color charts because, let's face it, there's a whole bunch of them out there already. And I don't think I could do anything better than anything anybody else has already done. So take advantage, man. They're free. Now let's see here. Okay, so her sleeve fell down. So this arm is, so we're going to shade a little bit on this side. And I think I might make the snake black, in which case I might make her clothing red. I don't know yet. Anyway, okay, so we're going to switch now to the next darkest color, which is Burnt Ochre 50%. Pardon my very, very dry hands. I have, because I handle paper a lot, I have dry hands. Anyway, there's Caran d'Ache, and the number on this one is 876. See, Luminance. Nice, very nice pencils. They're a little bit bigger around than other pencils are, but yeah, they work. So I'm going to start at the edge where I put my dark, and I'm going to bring it out. I'm still going really, really light. And for this one, I'm going to go, and I'm going to darken this on her hands up, because another thing that people don't sometimes realize is that generally faces are lighter in color, barring any makeup, of course. Lighter just because your arms are in sunlight a whole lot. So when you're coloring skin, keep in mind that you're going to probably want to bring the arms to a darker shade than the face is going to be, just barely. This part, however, like the best chest, maybe the inside of the arms, upper thigh part, like this other picture that I did where she's got shorts on. This part up here would be lighter than this part, more than likely, unless you're like me and you glow in the dark because you never wear shorts. And I'm not kidding. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go over this really lightly, and I'm intending to make a lot of layers here because, like I said, I just wanted to make, I wanted to paint this, to color this, and find out how this paper is going to react with pencils. Coloring no more leaves. Hey, Bo, how you doing? Hi. And guys, whoever did the thumbs up, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to bring this over. And if you didn't do thumbs up, would you please, please, please thumbs up? I won't beg. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here and then here. And I'm going to leave like a little white spot right there, a lighter spot, because that's her collarbone and it's going to catch more light right there. So it's going to be lighter. Just real light, bringing the color in. And don't worry about if you're doing this along with me on another paper, you know, doing skin. Don't worry about it looking scratchy like pencil lines right now. It doesn't matter at the moment because we're still only on the second layer out of the color. So I'm gonna go through here, bring that out a bit, bring that out a bit. Something I learned from Lisa Matrakin, who also has a Facebook group and a YouTube channel, and she does these amazing coloring books, which I happen to have one right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, this one is so cool. Knights and Mares, Halloween. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is her name, Lisa Matrakin. She did a YouTube video on how to shade faces, how to shade noses specifically. And she went over something called the Rembrandt shadow, which is this. And the reason why it's called Rembrandt shadow is because, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. You got to go watch the video. Anyway, this shadow right here, when you're shading the nose, casts a shadow if the lights come. Like this light is coming from this side, so it's going to cast a shadow that way. The nose is going to cast a shadow. Don't forget to include that shadow when you're coloring, because otherwise it'll look unfinished. It'll look a little weird. So just really light. And we're going to need some color over here. That's all I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm just putting in some color very carefully because I don't want to overdo it. And I don't have a whole plethora of colors here either. I find that I like it better, the color that's going down with it, with one or two, or maybe even, you know, one or two layers and then taking out a color and adding a purple instead. It is actually, after all, my picture. My picture. And if you were coloring this, it would be your picture. Okay, so I'm going to go shading her hands, and I'm going to come back in with that dark color and do this part because I forgot. Okay, now it looks like she's got a sleeve. It almost looks like she's got a sleeve, and the star is on her sleeve. But I've seen other people color this, and one person that colored it has the star bleeding down her arm, which I thought was creepy and cool because of the Halloween deal. But I'm kind of creepy like that anyway, so yay! Speaking of creepy and Halloween, don't forget that we're having the Halloween Spooktober Colorathon the weekend of the 25th, 26th, and 27th. I will be streaming on Saturday the 26th at between 7 and 9 p.m. Pacific. I live in Arizona, so it's Arizona time. And no, we don't do daylight savings time, so that's why I say Arizona time. Yeah, we're like the only state in the continent. We're the only state in the United States that doesn't do daylight savings time, as far as I know. But yeah, as crazy as that is, you know, that really bugs me. It really looks like she's got a sleeve, and then down here it doesn't. Huh. I wonder if I could. I think I'm going to go ahead and color this as skin, and then yeah, and then make it look like skin. That's a little too dark. Where's my eraser? Hey, Brittany Miller and the Junior YT. Hello, both of you. Hope I didn't miss anybody else. Welcome, welcome everyone. You guys, Brittany, I recognize. The Junior YT, I don't recognize you, but welcome in. Relax, make yourself at home. If you or if anyone is interested in getting an Enys Guererro PDF or pack of PDFs, in the description of the video, there should be a link to her Etsy store and her Patreon. I think this one is in her Patreon and not in her Etsy. And the other one, this one, is in her Etsy store. So give her stuff. It's not all spooky and you know, there's just some cool, cute things, other things. But worth a look. Definitely worth a look. She's a very talented artist. Gotta admit that. Let's see. I'm gonna read chat for a second. Oh, green. Yeah, I did take the sticky note off because I've got color in it now. So it should be okay. I'm hoping that it'll be okay. Yeah, that definitely needs more darker shadow right there. And between her fingers. Yeah, it's a snake. It's a big snake too. And if it was a real person with a real snake, it would be trailing down her back, I imagine. Anyway, yep. Let's continue on down here. Don't know what I'm going to do for the background yet, but I am going to do, I wanted to do something different. Oh, Hawaii doesn't do daylight savings time either? That kind of makes sense, though. Is that what you meant, green? I'm hoping. Oh, Brittany, man. Okay, I'm just going to call you Jarhead. Is that okay? P.O. Jarhead, is it okay if I just call you Jarhead? Or I'll call you Jar? What would you rather be called? Do you have a name that I can call you? I've done tattoos too. They're fun. Really enjoy that. And if you guys want me to see something in chat, please put it in capital letters so I could see it, because it's really, I wear bifocals and it's really hard for me to see the chat. I have to like squint and tilt my head and stuff. Okay, Devin. Hi, Devin. Got it. Thank you for the caps. That's cool. So everyone, meet Devin. Yeah, we're just going to shade that in a little bit more there. Not too much yet. And I'm going to go in. This is darker because it's back. It's underneath her chin. So I'm just going to give that a little bit more shadow. That's going to get some purple in a little bit too. So let's see. This is going to be darker. This is going to be darker right there. That's good. I absolutely love these pencils. They are so nice. Very pigmented. Which is another reason I'm going lightly, because I really, really, really don't want to overdo pigment right now. But yeah, you gotta have a budget for these guys. And let's see. I don't know if I'm going to use this one. This one's kind of yellowish, and I didn't want to do a. I don't know. I think I'd go with that. Let's see. That's more peach. I don't like that one. I'm not going to use it. I can do that. There we go. So, what does that leave me? There's 3 colors and a purple. That ought to work. Yeah, you know what? It might work for like the hands, because it's. Yep, that looks good right there. We're going to put that on her hands, but not on her face, because hands are a little differently colored. Hey, it's Mark Harris. Okay. Thanks, Devin. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Have a good day. I was thinking about making this look like the star, look like a scar, maybe like with like a pink glow around it, kind of. You know how the new skin looks, where it's darker, kind of like magenta, and then around the edges it's almost glowing pink. Kind of thought about doing that. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to do the same thing as everybody else is doing. I want it to look a little bit different. Yeah, I really like this color on her hand. Looks really good. But I don't think I'm going to do her face with this color. I think I'm going to leave this off of her face and just use it on the rest of, well, I don't even know if I'm going to use it on her chest, because it's going to be pale. Though naturally, most of the time, it would be pale. So I'm going to kind of take this over. I don't want to put any color on the snake's tongue. That's an easy thing. It's pretty linear. There we go. That looks good. Although I need more dark over here. Whoa! Stop doing that! Oh! Yeah, he kind of stopped in and then left again, didn't he, Green? And that's okay. It's even okay if he lurks. Because I got 8 people, but only a few talking, which is fine, because that's what I do too. I lurk a lot because I'm coloring a lot. Or I'm doing other things where I have to get up and I can't talk because I'm away from my keyboard. And everybody understands, you know? I get it. Everybody gets it. Let's see. Let's do a little bit more in here, the darker one. And I know I'm jumping back and forth with the colors, but that's the way that I operate. I'll see something that bothers me or that I need to change, and I'll just jump into that for the moment. But I'm still using the same colors as I was using before. And that's all. For the skin, this is all I'm using. I'm just using the burnt sienna, let's see, well, hi, kitty cat. You hear my cat? She's got a big mouth. My goodness. Burnt ochre, 50%. What, you want to come and say hi? Come here. Oh my gosh, she let me pick her up. Say hi. Say hi. There she is. She won't look at the camera. She's my black kitty cat. Hey. Celine. Celine. Nah, that's okay. She doesn't like to be held very much. She's about ready to scratch me. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Now she's looking at me like, but she threw me down. Crazy girl. Anyway, let's continue. So the second color I named was burnt ochre, 50%. And then there's this yellowish one that is brown ochre, 50%. And then the lightest color that I'm using is brown ochre, 10%. And I have for dark shadows this violet brown. So those are the colors. Those are the 5 colors I have out right now to use for the skin and the shadows. And that's all I'm using right now. So I'm going to go back to, I think I need to continue on with this one. And this one is the brown ochre, 50%. I'm going to give her the rest of her shoulder some color here, just very lightly. Oh, Brittany, dark skin. Yeah. Oh, these are, Brittany, these are Luminance, Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils. These are really nice. And they're kind of pricey, which is why I only have a few of them. But let's see. There you go. There we go. That's them. But yeah, I suggest, they're not for everybody, and I suggest that if you're going to try them, just get a few, like if you love to do skin, just get a few skin tone colors and use those and see if you like them. Like 4 or 5, and then something for shadow, and then figure out if you like them, and then think about getting the whole set because of the price, because they're very, very expensive. Oh, for heaven's sake. I mean, they're expensive in relation to like Prismacolors. These I think are almost $5 a pencil at Blick. And Prismacolors are like $1.19 per pencil. And that's, I think, Premier too, Prismacolor Premier. So yeah. Just give it a try. And then too, remember, you know, things like the Black Widow set, they have the 2 sets that are the light skin and the dark skin. And those aren't very expensive. In fact, they were on sale for like $14 and change on Amazon US a couple weeks ago, I think, which is a really good price. Okay, that was weird. That looks better. Now at least she's got some skin tone on her arm too, right? And if you guys hear a little rustling noise in the background, that's our dog eating his food. He's apparently hungry. Oh, Brittany, good plan. What are my favorite pencils? Oh gosh. You know, I think it's a a tie between Prismacolor Premier pencils and Derwent Inktense. I love the Inktense pencils. They're not watercolor pencils. They're different ink. So they don't go down or behave like watercolor pencils. And it's really hard for me to choose because I also like the Caran d'Ache Super Color Soft watercolor pencils, which are true watercolor pencils, and that's why I like them. But it's really hard for me to choose. I don't know. I guess it depends on what I'm doing, what kind of a thing I'm doing. Like if I'm what kind of paper I'm using, if I want to keep the drawing or the coloring, that kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to start over with my darkest again. I'm going to start my 2.5 layer or something. So I'm going to go in here with this dark, and this is the burnt sienna, and it's reddish. Kind of neat. Good color. Oh, I'm going to take that out of there now. Oh, Brittany, if you like the concept of watercoloring with pencil, Derwent Inktense are really cool. But you have to remember that the Derwent Inktense, say you're coloring with a true watercolor pencil, you can go back and reactivate it. But once the Derwent Inktense is dry, you can't move it because it stains your paper. It's ink, so it stains. It's not like a watercolor that is just coloring your paper. So be aware of that. Also, be aware of that the color in the Inktense pencils isn't true to what it looks like in the tip. Sometimes the tip, your pencil core, your lead, is going to look really, really dark. But once you put water with it, it looks lighter. And also, when they dry, they look lighter. What I use is, and I learned this from Zucchini Kitty, and she's another YouTube person, another color tuber, and she is amazing, you guys. Zucchini Kitty, okay? She has a lot of really good tips. This is one of them. This is one of those cutting mats that you can get. I got them at the dollar store, like Dollar General. And what you do is you just scribble down some Inktense pencil, and then you get a water brush, get your water brush, and you pick up the pigment from this, and you can mix it on this too. So this is your palette. One side of this is really smooth, and the other side is textured. So I suggest if you're going to do the Inktense pencils, use something, get a small set, and use something like this for a palette. Glass doesn't work as well, I don't think, as this, but you can use like this cutting mat has a whole, let me see if I can show you real quick. It's got like this section over here with squares in it, and that's just a piece of white underneath. It's like a white inset underneath the glass, and I can use that as a palette because I can put a different color in every square. But that doesn't work as well as this does, and this only costs $1 for 2 pieces, and they're like big pieces, so I cut them down. They're also good for if you're going to color in your coloring books. You can put this behind it. If you make it big enough for the page, you can put it behind the page, and it'll help keep the page behind it dry and help keep the page behind it from being leaked on by paint pigment or marker pigment or what have you. So there's another tip I learned from YouTube, Zucchini Kitty. If you want to look at some really good ideas for backgrounds, she's got a bunch of them. Backgrounds in your coloring books, in your pages. She's got a bunch of them. Okay, and I'm going to go darker inside here because that darker inside there and darker inside there. Oh, me too, Brittany. I just love it. She's so soft-spoken. She's very calming. She just did an interview with Passionista Colorista. The Passionista, Isabel, interviewed her. And I'm going to shade underneath this collarbone a little bit more so the highlight will pop out a little bit more. But yeah, Isabel did a interview with her because she wanted to know, you know, how she did what she did and where she started and all that stuff. And it was really cool. I liked it. A lot of good advice. A lot of people have good advice and tips and pointers and all kinds of stuff on how to do things. And everybody does stuff slightly different, which is really cool and a good thing, because boy, wouldn't it be boring if we all did everything the same. But yeah, totally worth the listen. It's on Podbean podcast. Oh, that's a good idea, Green Blazer. Cereal boxes. That is a really good idea, because that's kind of absorbent too. I hadn't thought of that. Well, we don't get cereal, so we have gotten cereal. We just don't right now. Okay, we're going to go in over here with more shadow. And this paper is really taking these layers well. I feel like I can go maybe 4 more layers if I go light like this. So I'm still going really light pressure, but it's a little bit more pressure than I was using at first, but only a tiny bit, because like I said, I don't want to go too heavy. If I go too heavy, I can't take it out. I could erase some, but not all of it. And under her hair is going to get a little bit of a shadow too. There we go. She's got really dark black. The artist did put really dark black around her eyes. And I understand why, because, I mean, if she's crying, her makeup is probably going to smear and stuff. But it makes coloring a little bit difficult. If you don't like grayscale, this probably wouldn't be the way to go. If you like true grayscale, it probably wouldn't be that dark. Oh, the inside of a canvas for drawing in ink. The inside of a canvas, that would work. Wow, I wonder how that would be. I don't know. You're giving me ideas, man. That's awesome. Okay, a little darker in here. So can Mark hear me? Is Mark still awake? Mark Harris? Are you going to put dinner in the oven?
Yes, I hear you, but there's a delay.
Are you going to put dinner in the oven?
Okay.
It's thawed. It's in the refrigerator.
Okay.
It takes like 75 minutes to cook, so.
Okay, I got this.
He's making dinner.
Pardon the noise.
He says, pardon the noise. It's not going to get that noisy.
You don't know me.
Yeah. Nobody is noisier in the kitchen than my mom was. My mom was like, it sounded like a tornado hit. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, that was really, really annoying. Let's see here. Go a little darker there. I'm going to go a little darker yet right here too. Because that finger's almost, it looks like it's right against the other finger, which would make that really dark. Yep, that looks good. It's a shame her lips are covered up. I like coloring lips. They're fun. Her finger's kind of squished though. That's okay. That's fine, oh fine. A little bit of shadow right there. Sorry about turning the paper, guys. It's my deal. That's what I do. A little darker inside there too.
I'm sorry, but I think you read this wrong.
What?
This is supposed to be done on the stovetop.
It's supposed to be thawed first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And according to this, it's only going to take like maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, I'll cook it when I get done then.
Right.
Okie dokie. Problem solved.
Noise level solved.
I told you not to worry about the noise level. Putting in some shadow right around her where this kind of covers up, because I'm thinking that it's probably really close to her skin, really close to her chest, her arm is. Which is cool. We can do that. Yep, that looks okay. Oh yeah, I can see that. Kind of like using halftone color paper. Yep, totally see that. Yep, and practice is so important. I get that completely. Let's make this a little darker down here. Just a smidge. And, there. That's not too bad. Okay. She's coming along. She is coming along. She's starting to get some dimension and you know, it's funny. I pick it up and I look at it like this and I'm like, I see where I need to work now. I see what I need to do right there. Let me see if I can erase a little bit. And yep, not a problem in there. Let's get some out of there too. Oh, that'll work. I might just make her tears black. I don't know. If she's crying and her eyeliner is running, her tears would be black, I think. Or at least dark gray. I say black. Okay. Yep. I like this paper. Let's go with this one. Moving on to brown ochre 50%. I'm going to start all the way over in the shadow very lightly and bring the color out. Not all the way because I'm reserving that light spot for the lighter colors, but this is the dark half of her face. So we want to make sure that it's dark enough to make sense, I guess. Blood red, you want blood red tears? Oy. Kind of reminds me of the Anne Rice vampire books. I love those books. Those were awesome. Burned through those. Oh my gosh. It's really not that much to color in this. It's a pretty simple picture. Hoping to be able to finish enough to win something, because I don't win very much. I keep joining and entering all these contests, and I did win something though. I did win something with a picture that I did for the group Talm, The Art of Lisa Matrokin, and that was so fun. It was a different kind of color along, where we got every other day or every 3 days we got a different color to use on this, on the freebie page that we got, and it all concerned shading faces, and it was really, really good, and it was so interesting to see what other people came out with. And I think it was interesting even for me to see how I was dealing with it, because I love coloring faces. I just wanted to finish the face. There were 2 faces in it. One, well, I don't know if it was the same girl or not, but one face was facing, you could see the side, so it was in her silhouette, and then the other was her looking kind of down at an angle. So it was very different, but it was all about shading, and there were videos that went along with it that Lisa Matrokin did, and it was really fun. And we got 2 winners for that one, and I actually was a co-winner, and I was like, woohoo, I won something. It was fun. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Hold on a sec. Ah, yum. Water, good. I think I need to put some color up there. Doesn't look very even. Another good way to figure out if you've got your colors blending correctly is if you blur your eyes and look at your picture, you can see where things are off, like where it doesn't blend enough, where it doesn't blend seamlessly enough, where the gradient isn't smooth. It'll show up better when your eyes are blurred. So next time, if you're coloring skin and you blur your eyes and look at it, you can totally see what you need to do. I'm going to go up here and add some color, keeping that middle part kind of clear for that lightest color. We don't want it to be white. We just want it to be light, because she's not in brilliant light. She's actually in kind of dim light. But I don't want it to be drastically shaded. I just don't want to do that right now. I didn't start with the right colors anyway to do that. So I'm just going to continue on with what I'm doing. And this one needs to be a little darker down here. It still needs to be, I need to bring in my darker color and do that better. I do like the way this is coming along though. Right there on her nose, it looks pretty good. Need to get some color under there. Again, keeping in mind the little ball on the end of the nose. It's going to pick up that highlight. And I think I'm going to be adventurous and just kind of come along here like this. And darken that up a bit. Since I've got this pencil, I'm going to go ahead and do this shadow. Right there. That looks way better. Yep. Again, I'm still not using really hard pressure. It may look like I am, but I'm not. I'm using light pressure, and I'm going in little circles because I'm trying to fill in all of the white. And it's sometimes easier to fill it in if you've got, hey, Nick and Tina, how are you? Aw, you're only calling me sweet because you don't know me. Oh, just kidding. I'm glad I looked up at chat. I know you guys came in. How are things going? I hope everything's okay. I saw your post about not streaming, and I was like, oh no, I hope everything's okay with you guys. Because life can get really rough. And I'm going to blend that in somewhat. And generally, I don't use a blending pencil. For a lot of stuff, I do not use a blending pencil. I'll use a lighter shade. I really, really like the Caran d'Ache Blender Brights, which are different. This is a Prismacolor blender, and this is a Caran d'Ache Blender Bright. And you can see, right away that they're different than each other. This one's called a full blender, and this one's the colorless Prismacolor. And the difference is this one, I think, is it's oil and wax, and then the Prismacolor one is just wax. And you can totally tell when you're coloring, it sounds different. Okay, Nick and Tina, I see that. I just worry about you. I know sometimes life can be really rough. So sometimes I'll use those blender pencils, but you can see, I've got these blender pencils in here, and most of them are still really long because I don't use them a whole lot. I would rather do it with a pencil. I would rather blend with a lighter color, and that's just my preference. There are, however, times when doing the blending with another color of pencil work. And it's practice, you figure out what you can do and what it is that doesn't work in different situations. It takes a little bit of practice, but I kind of have an advantage, I think, because I've been using color and value and tone and shade and all of that and pigment in different forms for the better part of my life. I've been a professional artist for, the first time I sold a painting, the first time I sold a piece of art, I was in, oh gosh, I think I was a sophomore in high school. I made a unicorn head out of clay, and my art teacher had his sister in the art room, and this was before cell phones, so you youngsters just should know that. Oh, Nick and Tina, we love you too. We love you and we worry about you. But yeah, I made a sculpture of a unicorn head, and hey, Rochelle. And the art teacher's sister saw it in the art room, and she's like, I want that. So the teacher asked me how much I wanted for it, and I said, I don't know, $25, I guess. And he's like, okay. And I was thinking to myself, back then, I was just a kid, man. $25 was like a gold mine to me. I could buy a lot of ice cream sandwiches with that money. So I sold my first actual piece of art when I was in high school. It wasn't a drawing or anything, but yeah, I was excited. Woohoo! And I was that's not where I was going. Where I was going was I was saying that I kind of have an advantage because I've been using pigments and all of that for a really, really long time. So when I started using colored pencils, I was able to adjust, I guess, pretty quickly, which I was delighted because I was totally afraid that I had my first coloring book. I remembered what my first coloring book was. It was a Ruby Charm Colors. Actually, it wasn't even a coloring book. It was a PDF. And I didn't know what I was doing. And I started coloring it. And I started watching other people and what they were doing. And someone was using acrylic paint. So I decided I would color a section of this PDF with acrylic paint. And I totally screwed the whole thing up. And I took a picture of it as a whip, and I didn't have the acrylic paint on it yet. And I posted it on the page for the Ruby Charm coloring group. And everybody was like, oh my God, that looks so good. It looks like it's 3D and everything. And the colors are amazing. And I was just like, I don't see it. I think it looks like crap. Because I was being so hard on myself and comparing myself to other people, which we've already discussed. Probably all of us have been in this discussion about how you're not supposed to do that. Well, that's how I started. So shame on me. But I tried the acrylic and I threw the picture away, and I told the people in the group that I threw my picture away, and they were like, no, go get it out of the garbage quick. And I was just like, oh. Green Blazer, are you calling me JoJo? It's okay. I'm just teasing. You can call me that. That's fine. I have red hair, so people, when I was up in Sholo and my hair was really red, people call me Red. So yeah, what do I think of Crayola premium quality pencils? I have no idea because I've never tried them. I have an old set of just regular crappy cheap Crayola colored pencils, and they're not bad. I mean, they're not like the Caran d'Ache pencils by a long shot, but they're usable, and I wouldn't get rid of them. So I would probably bet that the premium Crayola premium quality pencils are decent enough. I mean, if you watch Laura Rafferty's videos, Laura Rafferty, Laura Colors 2, that's Laura Colors 2 TOO. On YouTube, she did a whole picture with Crayola crayons, and it came out incredible. She knows what she's doing. Trust me on that one. But oh, that's cool, Pickle. Your minis call you Auntie Jojo. That's so sweet. But yeah, if you want to get some pointers on what you can use as far as not buying really expensive stuff goes, try watching, if you haven't already, try watching some of her videos on alternative budget-friendly tools and supplies. She's got a lot of great ideas. A lot of them. Okay, we're going to go a little bit darker on this layer. Really like this paper. Really like it. That looks good. That paper it's good. Still have some white showing through, but I'm not too concerned about that. Let's see, is this, nope, I don't want to do that over there. This is going to be a little darker right here. That snake looks really good. That looks really cool. She doesn't have any knuckles. I should put shadows in where her knuckles should be. It just looks wrong to me. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let's go with this color here. We're gonna go like here. I'm just going to put in suggestion, and we'll come back with a darker color and define it a little better in a minute. So we've got, I put in a, I don't know if you guys can see, I put in just a light shadow right where her nose would be shaded because of where the light's coming from. So right there, just a suggestion. Also, there's this little bone in your wrist. Let's see. On the thumb side. So it's going to be like right here. It'll be over here. And this is probably going to have a little bit of a darker shade right there because her wrist is bent just a little. So I want to do that. Okay. So that doesn't look bad. Kind of a medium color. I'm using the medium color because then if I mess it up, there's a chance that I can fix it. Let's see here. Let's go to this light color. Kind of blend it a little bit. Kind of smooth it out. Want it to have some color. We don't want the white paper to be the only thing there because skin is not white like that. Well, mine might be on my legs, but you guys aren't going to ever see that. No one sees that. I always say I glow in the dark. Not kidding. Very, very fair-skinned. So we've got like a little hand shadow going on here. That's not too bad. That looks good. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hey, paint girl. Paint girly. Hi, kids. I love it. Oh my gosh. When it comes to crayons, Crayola is a must-have, but I don't think I could use crayons anymore. Why not, Green? Why not? So you can just barely see how she's got like a little bit of a shade and a little bit of a shadow right here. I'm going to make that a little bit more definite. Not yet. I'm being very, very slow about this. I'm going to go back in with my darker, and I'm just going to touch up. And my pencil isn't really sharp. I don't really want it sharp right now because what I'm doing is I'm touching up the darkest parts, and I kind of want a flat edge on there because I don't want it to make a line. I want it to make like a swatch instead. You know, they have these pencils now that have flat leads in them. Is that wild? I watched this artist on Instagram. His name is Alan Williams. He did the work, a lot of the artwork for Hellboy and Pan's Labyrinth. And he just came out with a book where he did artwork for, oh, heck, I just drew a blank. I Am Legend. I Am Legend. And he did a bunch of artwork for that too. It just came out. And he experiments with all kinds of new things. I learned from him how Tombow 100 6B pencils are like the bee's knees when it comes to velvety smooth lead pencils or graphite pencils. You can buy them on Amazon, but I recommend going to the, it's called jetpins.com, and you can buy them there, or you can go to the Tombow website, but it's Tombow 100 6B pencils, and you can get Tombow 6B pencils, but the Tombow 100s are velvety. It's almost like a black colored pencil, except that the black is so deep and so thick and rich. It's just, you can barely touch the paper and go and do like 3 or 4 layers, and you've got like midnight black. It's really cool. So I learned from him about those. And also I fell in love with his artwork because it's all very creepy in a good way. He draws a lot of guardian type things. Like at first glance, you'd think they might be demons, but he does them all like guardians. And sometimes he has little stories that go along with them. And he writes the story too, just like little snippets. But man, that guy's talented. So I learned that from him. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the flat lead. The pencils with the flat leads. He was using a pencil with a flat lead on one of the Instagram. He does an Instagram live stream every Saturday. Well, when he's in town, when he's home, he does it. He was doing a live stream a few weeks ago, and he was using one of these pencils with a flat lead. And I was like, and he showed it and he held it up and he's like, oh, look, this pencil has a flat lead. And I was like, that is really cool, because you know the construction pencils that have their flat pencils and you have to sharpen them with a knife, but those have flat leads too. And I love those pencils. They're really good for certain things. And the lead is just like a regular HB. It's sort of soft, but not too soft. And it's not hard at all. So maybe it's like a 2B. It's not marked, so you can't really tell technically. You can just say this feels like a 2B. But anyway, you can get them at Home Depot. You can get them at hardware stores and stuff. And they're flat rectangular pencils. And they're made specifically for, thank you, Painty Girly. Painty Girl. Sorry about that, lady. Yeah. Carpenter's pencil. That's exactly what they are. They're awesome. They're so cool to draw with. I have one somewhere. I think it's probably in my pencil box in the office, buried. So anyway, yeah, totally. The flat-leaded pencils totally reminded me of a carpenter's pencil. Interesting. What took them so long, right? Okay, I'm going to do this darker here. We're coming in on our last layer of skin stuff. What time is it? Oh, man, time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to go here. I'm going to darken this up just a bit in the center. But I wanted this darker here too. Just darker your darks are, the lighter your lights are going to look, and then it just pops. Your shadows look good. Not too dark unless you've got really bright light. So there's that. Okay, now let's darken up between her fingers a little bit. There, that's a good spot right there. And here. And over here. Let's make this darker right here, because that's really close together. So it's going to be probably darker like that, and this too. Now I'm going to go over here with this dark pencil, and I'm really lightly going to go in and darken up these knuckle shadows because I want to make them defined, but I don't want to go too dark too fast. And let's see, that's probably going to be shaded there and here. There. That's not too bad. Just going to come in like that. That's going to go down this way a little. And I'm going to make that a little darker there. And as I get out away from the place that I'm shading, I'm using less pressure on the pencil because it's going to lighten up just a bit. For this part, I'm going to darken this up. I'm darkening it up, but I'm going to leave there's going to be a little spot, a little band of lighter where I've shaded it a little less, just right at the edge, because she's going to have light reflecting off of this and off of the snake and all this other here. So you kind of want to make sure that you take into account the reflected light. And granted, it's not going to be a lot, but it's there. And the more you get your shadows right, the more realistic your stuff is going to look. And the darker your shadows where they should be dark, the better your picture is going to look too, because it'll, again, make your highlights look lighter. And it'll lend that dimension, that three-dimensional quality to your whatever it is you're coloring, your person, your object. A little bit more under here. Missed a spot. There we go. Okay. Just coming along, right? I think she needs a little bit more right here. I'm going to blur my eyes. Yeah, just a little bit right there. Okay, now I'm going to bring in this purple, and I'm going to be very, very careful with it, because if you get too much purple, it's just going to look bad. So, Sean! Oh my God, is it cold there? Is it snowing? Oh my gosh. I love cold weather. Oh my God, I hate warm weather. I mean, hot weather. Okay, so a little bit of purple in the darkest areas. I'm not going to put any on her hand. I'm going to put some up by her eye. Just a little bit. And you know, it may not even look like you're laying any down, but it's there. And it's going to look good as long as you don't overdo it. A little bit in here. I think I'm going to put a little bit in her hair too. Just that undershadow, underpainting type of thing. And a lot of the time artists will do that. They'll use their shadow color, especially in oil painting, use their shadow color and they'll color in a base because it looks better as you're painting. We're talking oil painting here. To start with your dark color, your underpainting, and then, but not black, and then go over it and lighten as you go, and then your last layer is going to be your extreme highlights, like the extreme highlight on the end of her nose. No snow, but it's freezing. Man, I'm jealous. So jealous. Yeah, I'm weird that way. I lived up in Sholo, Arizona, where it doesn't get above like 95 degrees more than 2 weeks out of the year. And one year we had 5 feet of snow, and I was in heaven. I was shoveling snow and playing in 6-foot snow drifts, and it was so fun. I was totally in my element. It was just a blast. Let's see, anything else down here? Be very careful with the purple. See where I missed some stuff, but I don't want to do purple right now. I missed this part down here. This is going to be shaded a bit. Where her hand is against her face, that's going to be shaded a bit because it's going to be blocking the light. You guys are supposed to remind me of stuff like this. I'm a snow queen. I don't know about that, but I sure did love that snow, man. Oh, snowman. I loved that snow, man. Let me restate that. Anyway, yeah. So that looks better. Little tiny pieces. I'm just filling in little tiny bits here. And that still is not dark enough, I think. I'm going to put some purple in there. That's going to get a little bit more purple because it's very deep, as is this. So I'm going to lift that up and show you guys. So right here and right here, down inside there, I gave that a little bit more purple because it's down underneath her hand, behind her hair, under her jawbone. So we've got like, she's shaded from like almost every direction right there. So it's not going to look lit at all. It's going to look very dark. And if it does look too purple to me, I can go over it with this color here and blend it a little bit more, or I can do the total opposite and lighten it up, make it kind of neutralize it. I can neutralize it with white and then go over it with my dark skin tone, or I can use a yellowish color and neutralize it. So, but that you have to do really, really carefully too. Wait, you're on high ground and you often get snowed in? Oh, right. Yeah, I used to up in Sholo, the road from where our house was to the city was very flat, but once you got into the city, once you get into the Sholo city proper, very hilly in some spots, and some of the people that are up there in the wintertime don't have the first clue about how you're supposed to drive in snow or on a slick road. And I saw so many accidents that didn't have to happen. And it was like in slow motion because they'd come out of a driveway and they'd be sliding and they'd slide. And it was so, they lay on the brakes and you're like, don't do that. And they just like in slow motion go slamming into somebody else. And then everybody would have to stop because the people who were in the accident and every witness that saw it, and it was just a big freaking mess. It was crazy. Okay, I do not like that. I'm going to darken that up a little bit. So I am going to go over that with this burnt ochre, 50%, really lightly. And I'm going to darken up part of it. Like on the inside. Because the gradient isn't gentle enough. It hops from one color to the next, to a darker color too fast. So I'm just going to fix that by giving it a gradient and brushing off dust and stuff. Now, I may be finishing this off stream. I'm telling you guys this because it's almost time for me to go. Hey, Bev, how you doing? Man, it's good to see all you guys. So happy you're here. Really lightly. I'm going in big circles because I don't need to go in little circles. And I'm using a flat on my pencil because it covers my area. But also because there's only, I'm realizing now there's only like 3 layers over here. And I need more layers than that to get the color depth that I want. So I'm going to go light layer, and there's going to be a shadow. Let's see, is that, I'm trying to gauge how far in front of her arm this is right here, because it looks like it's blowing the hair. It looks like it's kind of blowing in a breeze. So I don't know if I'm going to have a definite shadow under that hair on her arm or not. That looks much better. The gradient is evening out a lot. Much better. Still need some right here. So anyway, I was saying, I may not finish this in next stream. On Sunday, we're going to be doing the leather workshop. And like I said, leather workshop, the leather tutorial demo thing. And like I said about that, don't forget, I did create an event invitation and I sent one to everybody in my Facebook group page for this channel, the Crafty Cauldron Crafts and Coloring page. And if you're not already on that page, you should go find it. There's a link in the description of the video, of this video, and you can go and ask to join. And then you will know whenever I make an event, whenever there's going to be something going on special, or if I post anything. And I'm starting to post a lot of things, not pictures, but I encourage you guys to post pictures. And because it's crafts and coloring, post crafts too. You guys see a YouTube video for a craft you think is really cool, post it. If you have something you're working on that you're proud of, post it. If you have a picture of something that you made 3 years ago that you're looking for supplies for example, and you have a question about where you can find something, post it. Ask the question. Maybe somebody in the group can help you. And all I ask is that you don't flood the page with a bunch of pictures. I want a limit of 2 coloring pages per day per person, because I want everybody to have a chance to be seen, to have their coloring pages to be seen. And so that's why I set that rule. If you're going to post things like videos, links to videos and stuff like that, links to YouTube channels, I encourage that. Just don't post a whole bunch of them, again, because I don't want to inundate the group with so much information that it's hard to find things. I think that's my big problem, is I want people to be able to find things. And sometimes I post things on my personal page or my store page where I can't find things because there's so much there. I have to scroll back forever. So yeah, I get a little bit impatient with myself. So anyway, yeah, in the description of this video, you will find the URL for the Crafty Joe Beth Sexton's Crafty Cauldron. It's called Crafty Cauldron Coloring and Crafts. And it's got the same banner picture as the YouTube channel, so it's really easy to find. And my picture is the same, I think, on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I think I've got the same profile picture on everything, and I did that on purpose so you know if you found the right place. So take a look, go get on the page. That way you'll know when I post an event, and it'll automatically invite you. No obligations anywhere, of course. family always comes first. Health comes first. And, but I sure would like to see everybody. I mean, that would be fun. More the merrier, right? I would put a shadow as you have the moon and the hair is blowing over. You would. Okay. See, I was thinking I would do that. Maybe like it's not against her arm, but a little bit away from her arm, so the shadow would be down here, maybe. Yeah. Oh, Sean, yeah, my store is Red Raven's Cauldron, and if you go on my YouTube homepage, there's a little icon up in my banner with a little tiny red raven on it. That is a link to my website store. So you could find it there really easy. And I have like over 300 items in that store right now. But if you go to my store Facebook page, there's a link on that page to my group page for the store. And there's a permanent coupon for 12% off all purchases forever for people in that group. So you can ask to join that. And I won't give you the code for it here because you got to join the page, man. Come on, let's be fair. Anyway, yeah, I've had a store for, oh my gosh, at first it was on Etsy. I still have a couple of things on Etsy, but I've had a store for a really long time. It wasn't always called Red Raven's Cauldron, but I've had a business license for Red Raven's Cauldron for, oh golly, like 13 or 14 years. And before that, it was called something else, but I was still on Etsy. So, oh, I do a lot of things. We do a lot of things. And my husband is starting a side job where he does leather. He does stuff like this. I'll show you. I don't know if you saw this or not. He made this by hand. It's really cool. It's a little belt pouch. He did all the stitching. He set the snap. He's really, really good at stuff like this. Yeah, we're Rennies. We go to the local Renaissance fair. And so he started making little accessories for the costumes. And he's just taken off with it from there. And his work is really, really nice, very durable. I mean, even if I got this wet and I wore it every day for the rest of my life, I could still pass it down to my kids because it's that well made. I have total confidence in saying that. So yeah, but I mean, and then sometimes I'll make like little leather journals and stuff. And I think I have a couple of those still listed in the store. They're punch binding journals, and you'll see that when you go to look at them. But I've also done long stitch binding journals and other types that are like landscape oriented. So anyway, so here's what we have for today. This is what we've done for today. I think I've totally gotten done with her skin. I may do touch-ups and stuff, but that's what we have for today. If I do finish this off stream, I will definitely show you guys. Like I said, it's for a contest. Oh, there's little leather bits all over it now. Oh no, leather dust. Yeah. Dark crystal bag. Costumes for the Vikings. Oh, no way. Oh, that's cool. Okay, Rochelle. Hey, take care of yourself, okay? Yep, take care. It was good to see you. Thank you for coming. And I am getting sniffly. I bet it's allergies. So, yep, we're at 2 hours. And I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming by and for spending time with me. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all the thumbs up. That is super cool. And join us on Sunday if you can. I know, Sean, I know you stream on Sunday, right? So I don't know if you can do it, but you can always watch it back. And we'll do our best to explain, so when you do watch it back, you'll get it. But if you don't, if there's questions that you have, you can always shoot me a question in in Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is probably the best if you want to send me any kind of message. Facebook can be a little bit overwhelming and twitchy, so I recommend using Instagram. But yeah, check out the links at the bottom of the and the description of the video. If you want to get pictures like this from Enys Guerrero and from her shop, you can go to her shop on Etsy and get single PDFs, etc. Or you can go to her Patreon and join her Patreon. I think the lowest tier is only $1 a month. The tier where you can get PDFs like this, exclusive to Patreon patrons, is only $5 a month, which is totally worth it in my opinion. So check her out. Her artwork is really cool, really great, and she has all kinds of cool little things that she sends to patrons that donate more than $5 a month. And that's all I can say about that because I don't know anything else. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Cool. That'd be cool to see you for the second half. Awesome. And if we do finish all the leather demos before the time is up, I'll just do some coloring or answer questions. And since Mark is going to be doing the demo with the keychain, he'll be here to answer questions as well. So I will see you guys then. It's dinner time for us, so I'm going to get off of here and go make dinner and eat it because I'm like that. Like to eat food. Seriously though, I eat a lot. And I hope you all, take care, be safe, like Mark said. And I'll see you around in the streams. Peace and love. And take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.